Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Chill Out podcast. In this week's episode, I wanted to speak about ways to boost your self-esteem and start channeling your soft girl era. And that basically means leaning towards taking care of yourself from within and becoming the confident, self-assured, determined, resilient, happier version of who you are. So, full disclosure, if my voice sounds really weird, I lost it, so we're just gonna have to roll with it. But I hope everyone is doing amazing. It's Valentine's Day, so make sure you're showing yourself some self-love because that's what the day's about too. And yeah, let's kick off the episode. This entire week, while driving in the car listening to the radio, everyone is talking about Valentine's Day, which is today. And of course, yay for love, but at the same time, so many people base their self-worth off being in a relationship or not being in a relationship. And I wrote this article for a wellness publication a while back where I was asked to write about why a relationship doesn't define your worth and how important it is to make sure that the relationship you have with yourself should be your first priority always. Whether that is taking yourself out, being comfortable alone, buying yourself flowers, taking care of your own sexual needs, or just journaling and taking the time to get to know yourself again. And all of these components help to build up your self-esteem because you are putting yourself first. Self-esteem basically refers to the overall subjective perception you have of your own worth and your own value. It encompasses how positively or how negatively you feel about yourself and what you are capable of achieving. Our self-esteem really influences our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors, and it shapes how we choose to carry ourselves in life and also interact with the world around us. And by having a healthy self-esteem, it means a balanced and realistic view of ourselves, where we can acknowledge our strengths and our weaknesses without negatively criticizing ourselves, and it means that we feel confident in our abilities and comfortable with who we are, and also having a sense of self that is not overly dependent on external validation or the approval from others. Abraham Maslow once said, in any given moment, we have two options: to step forward into growth or to step back into safety. Growth must be chosen again and again, and fear must be overcome again and again. And in order for us to actually take the next step in our lives and work towards becoming that softer, happier, stronger version of ourselves, it means you have to be ready to embrace change, embrace growth, and understand that it won't always be easy. It's important to ask yourself, why are you doing what you are doing? And what purpose does it serve in the bigger picture? Like when I feel lost sometimes or question, why am I doing what I'm doing? Or which direction should I go next? Well, I asked myself, why did I start all of this? Why am I doing all of this? Well, I want to help other people. And once you understand the reason behind your goals, things become so much clearer, and then anything else that doesn't serve you in life just doesn't matter because all you can see is the path in front of you that is leading you towards achieving that bigger goal. If you are currently feeling inadequate or questioning your worth, answer these questions for yourself. What are 3 things I admire about myself? What is my greatest achievement in life so far? What is the most difficult thing I have overcome? How would my family or friends describe me to a stranger? When do I feel the most confident? What advice would I give to my younger self? And what do I need to do in order to forgive myself? It sucks that in your 20s, when you are like in the prime of your life, a lot of us feel extremely insecure even if we don't show it. And we spend so much time focusing on whether we would be accepted and liked by everyone else. And it's crazy that one negative comment from someone can mess up our whole day, even if we get like 10 beautiful, positive comments. It's just how our brain is wired, but I believe that we have the ability to think differently. We have the ability to work on building up our self-esteem. Otherwise, we will constantly be living our lives for other people, which is honestly such a waste. So I want to discuss a few practical ways that I do every day to boost my self-esteem. So the first thing is working out. We all know the benefits of being active, which is great. However, what a lot of us do is we compare our bodies to someone else and we set these unrealistic expectations on ourselves. And when we don't achieve that within like another unrealistic time frame, like 3 months, we want to give up, we feel terrible about ourselves, and we spiral. However, why not work out because you know that your higher version would want to work out? And why not focus on the feeling you get when you are in the gym or after a workout, or the results you start to see in the mirror and how much stronger you become mentally because you are pushing yourself to be your best. Like, I don't even dread going to the gym anymore. I need it. I know the feeling I get. So I've become addicted to making sure that I am taking care of my body and my mind and that I'm showing it appreciation instead of nitpicking it and making myself feel bad about myself. So the next thing is, because I produce content on social media, I don't spend a lot of time actually scrolling anymore. I post and then I'm off it. I think the only two apps I scroll on now is like TikTok and YouTube because in my opinion, it's the only two positive social platforms right now. So if I'm on Instagram, I'm only following accounts that I feel is good for my mental health. And I'm not following guys or girls where I feel like their pictures are like heavily edited or unrelatable. I don't need to put myself in a headspace where I feel like I need to live up to that or look like that. I feel like it's unhealthy to live in that way, and I choose to not subject myself to that anymore. So if certain social media apps aren't contributing to your life in a positive way, either mute the profiles or simply unfollow. Like, it's nothing personal. It's all about you choosing to not compare and go down the rabbit hole, just lowering your self-esteem even more and getting into a negative mindset. It's really dangerous, in my opinion, to constantly be shown certain things on a daily basis. And I feel like we become so desensitized and it becomes like such a normal thing to look at certain things all day, every day, that we become so used to it. And it ends up in us spending like the whole day comparing how we look to someone else and then just hating ourselves for it. So watch content and follow people who you can relate to and who make you feel good. It's easy to be like, the only person I compete with is myself. Well, yes, that's accurate. Except subconsciously, you are comparing your body, your life, your personality to everyone on the internet. And it's just the world that we live in today, unless you completely remove yourself from it. But if you are using it for business or you just enjoy connecting with people on social media, it might be difficult to like completely delete all of the apps. But if you find that it's not contributing anything valuable into your life, I think it's time to like weigh out the pros and cons and decide for yourself if this is something that you actually want in your life. The next thing is I read books about developing a healthier mindset towards various things in life. And the book I'm currently reading is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, which is one of the best books I've read so far. And it showed me how to not care so much about things that don't matter, like the various opinions of other people, how embarrassed you get in front of your crush, how many likes you get on a photo, how your socks didn't match your outfit, and rather focusing your energy on the right things that actually deserve your energy in life. And books in general have such a powerful and beautiful way of providing great perspective. And it takes you out of this negative headspace where you are able to learn how to deal with certain things in life. So my advice is choose to be proactive in understanding, why do I think this way? Why am I speaking to myself like this? Why do I view myself so negatively? And by asking these types of questions, you can start deeply looking at the root of those thought patterns. Because once you understand why, you are able to figure out helpful ways on how to navigate through it and start building up your self-worth again. So the last thing is surrounding yourself with positive people. So I know it sounds so cliche, everyone says this, but when you have moments where you feel alone and stuck with these negative thoughts, reach out to a friend or family member who really understands you and can give you some perspective. Remove people from your life who don't bring out the best in you or who make you feel unloved and unworthy of good things. There is no perfect way to deal with not feeling good enough or not feeling pretty enough or capable enough. It just comes down to the rituals that you do every day to take care of yourself. There is always going to be someone in life that is smarter than you, prettier than you, wealthier than you, but at the end of the day, there is no one quite like you. You have something unique to offer to the world, and until you start learning to just embrace who you are, you will constantly remain stuck in those feelings of not feeling worthy. The sexiest thing to do is just being confident in who you are, even on those bad days. Like when I see people doing that, it inspires me and makes me feel less alone and less unworthy. So every day, do something for yourself to feel good. Life truly is wasted on the young. We spend way too much energy and time caring about such absolute nonsense instead of focusing on what actually matters, like the goals we want to achieve, spending time with our friends and family, building a business so that eventually we have time to be with our friends and family, making memories and enjoying every day to the fullest no matter what. So thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. Don't forget to let me know your comments down below and also pop me a DM. Let me know what you think about the episode. I love hearing from you. Also, check me out on YouTube. New videos every week, new podcast episodes every Wednesday. And I also have a book available on Amazon called Bright Days Ahead, so check that out too. I love hanging out with you. Have an amazing Valentine's Day. I love you. Ciao.